Welcome to day 5 of the Kona video blog. Today was a pretty relatively quiet day training wise, but some big things happened with team tri-coaching. Firstly, managed to just get an easy swim in, just nice and recovery. Decided to have a leg rest day from the previous few days, which has been sort of a typical program for me. Was originally going to try and sneak in a ride, however, logically thought about it more than emotionally, because as everyone knows who does this sport, it's easy to overtrain. Something I'm very conscious of, being a bigger guy. For those who don't know, I'm 193 centimetres and usually race at about 89 to 90 kilos, so it is a lot to carry around, even though being when I'm race fit, pretty lean. So put my coach's hat on instead of my athlete hat and thought logically, and asked myself, what would I do if an athlete asked me the same thing? So when I look back on it, I did the right thing, so I feel really good today. Looking forward to a big day tomorrow. I'm just down in Geelong at the moment, getting ready for tomorrow's session and preparing for the following week. So it should be really good. Yeah, it's, as I said, emotions and logic sometimes get mixed when you're coaching yourself, but sometimes I just get asked what would I do if an athlete asked me the same question. So caught up with Stacey today. It's funny because I had the same conversation with her about her coaching and her program, and just how if something's wrong, what's the best thing for her to do. So my coaching tip for tonight is, if you pay a coach, make sure you utilise their services, and if in doubt, always ask the question. Some people call it high maintenance. However, for me, if someone asks me what to do, it means A, that they care about their program, and B, they want to get the most out of it. So never be afraid to ask your coach for advice. That's what they're there for. And if you're still uncertain, ask again. At the end of the day, you're paying for a service, and it's the service that you should receive. So big news for Team Tri Coaching. We've just secured Flight Centre Active Travel as our travel partner. For those who don't know, Flight Centre are based in Adelaide. However, they do packages for races. So, for example, West Australian Ironman this year sold out very quickly last year. They still have entries available. Yes, they are slightly more expensive. However, it's a luxury of being able to enter late. They can hook you up for flights, accommodation, everything you're after. They do marathons around the world, Ironman. So it's a company not many people have heard of. They're in their infancy like I am. So to be able to join as a partner with them, it just makes a lot less hassle for athletes who are looking to travel and unsure the process to follow. I've put a link on Facebook and also via Twitter on the Team Tri Coaching page, and also my own personal page. So make sure you get along. If you're after pricing, they're very competitive, and they're very pleasing to be associated with them. Apart from that, I got some fresh gear from Salter Cycles today for the Tour of Murray next week, which, reality is setting in, and just understanding how much out of my league I'm going to be. But it's going to be good fun, good learning experience, and something that should really help me come Kona. But it's going to be interesting being so comfortable in Ironman and stepping out of my comfort zone. I suppose if you don't try, you never get. Another thing that I'm looking for next year is to race overseas Ironman outside Hawaii. So I've sort of been investigating a few things there. Just to dip the toe in the water. Once again, I get very comfortable. I've compared to Melbourne twice, Western Australia 3 times, this year will be Hawaii 3 times, and New Zealand once. So I want to sort of expand a little bit more with my race knowledge. So I'm also looking at maybe doing Cairns next year. So a couple of things in the pipelines. Tomorrow sees Michael Harvey and Brad Akers compete Ironman Japan. Very exciting for myself and also for those two guys. Michael's been with me for probably 18 months now, and Brad only since Cairns this year. So got high expectations, especially for Michael. He hopefully won't see this before the race tomorrow, so he doesn't add extra pressure on himself. But I'd expect him to swim 52, 53, probably ride 5:25, then run 3:10. 25, 29 age group, which should put him in a really, really good position. And Brad probably should swim 1:06, ride 5:15 to 5:20, and run 3:25. 3:20 to 3:25. So both boys have been ticking all the boxes, getting the job done. As explained to them on my last meeting before they headed off, is they just got to control what they can do and let the day evolve around them, as opposed to try and make them evolve around a day. In saying that though, when you're at the pointy end, you've got to race the race as it is, and sometimes you've got to change your race plan around what's happening in the situation. So I've given both guys a race plan on what's ideal and also how to mix it up with certain aspects of it. So when these situations occur, they're comfortable, they know how to react, and then know how to pull themselves back if need be. At the end of the day, if they do what they need to do and do what they know what they can do, the result will take care of itself. Whether that be they both get to Kona, one get to Kona, or neither of them get to Kona for 2014, I'm very confident they'll both have great days, and if someone is good enough to beat them, hats off to them, and they deserve one spot better or two spots better. But overall, tomorrow, heading from Dad's place here and going down to Lawn, probably climb Mount Ben Wearin twice and ride back, which will give about 200 k's, and then a 40-minute run off the bike, which will consume a fair bit of the day, especially the morning, and a bit of R&R in the afternoon. And then Sunday, the plan is to ride out to the Yuyangs for about 25 k's, do a really solid bush run, including some hills, then ride back just to freshen the legs up for another 25 k's. So a big weekend planned, also mindful of next week, but as I say, you've got to train for today, you can't train for tomorrow. You've got to make sure that when you get out there and strap on the helmet, the bike shoes, or the running shoes, you've got to get the most out of every session, because we push our bodies to the limits at all times, and to fall sick is quite common. So if you don't get the sessions done as you want to get them done and you fall sick, well, you're losing a couple of sessions. So as I said, my coaching tip is just mainly, if you're paying for a coach, utilise their service, their knowledge, their expertise, and ask them about anything you need to know, whether it's injuries, illness, mixing up programs, nutrition, because I can assure you that if they don't know, they'll be able to direct you to somebody, and that's the situation I'm in. I'm trying to get on partners who are experts in their fields. So, shameless plug, I've got Shots Nutrition, expert in the field, current reigning world champion in Pete Jacobs, Flight Centre, Active Travel, expert in travel, Aqua Shop, a swim specialist, Exercise Active and Rocket Science Sports, which is the ultimate triathlon shop, Salter Cycles, which is the best cycling shop in the west of Melbourne. The boys there do a fantastic job, which I will be releasing a couple of deals they've got going at the moment. Mental blank. And Chanel Carbon Wheels, who just produce really, really sturdy wheels. I'm 90, can race at 95 kilos through the off season, and the wheels have been steadfast for me, and I've seen a couple of guys go down in crashes and the wheels just hold true to form. So, I don't claim to be an expert in any field whatsoever. So if people ask me questions, I'm uncertain, I delegate that to guys who I'm working with. So don't be afraid to do the same with your coach. Anyway, I hope you've had a great day and look forward to a successful weekend, and hopefully my post tomorrow night is not only about a great day's training but also great results in Ironman Japan. For now.